Hello, my name is Hidekuni or Hida, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 8th of January, and I'm about to start a bigger project because I'm taking part of a gallery and it will start in 2 months. So that's the time I have to work on this project, and I want to create 6 canvases. So this will be quite a challenge, I think. Well, I think it's enough time, but I have to get going because I'm a bit behind and doing other things instead I shouldn't do. This is my current sketchbook, and if I continue like that, we will most likely have a new sketchbook tour in a few weeks. But this is not about me having a sketchbook tour now, but me showing you some sketches, like me planning for this project. If I find the page without showing everything right away. There we go. I already showed that spread in another video, but just to show that I actually already started with it, and now we can talk about it more. The gallery is about identity, and we have to all create something that has to do about identity and such, and this time it's also about time. So one of the ideas I got was to create shoes, because I think shoes are a great way to show our identity, and also over time they alter and change and show more of our personality and just say so much about us. So I sketched down this idea and how I could execute it, because I didn't want to sculpt shoes or sew shoes, anything, nothing like that. Instead, I want to paint them, and I want to paint them on some cardboard, which I already glued on some canvases, but I will show that later. And I chose cardboard because, first of all, it has a lot of personality. I think cardboard is so interesting as a medium, and with the structure it has and the feel and just how it looks. And also, it's not a perfect medium, and none of us is perfect, so I thought it suits well with identity. And on top of that, most of our shoes come out of cardboard boxes, so it would fit with the shoes itself. Yeah, just a little shoe I doodled there. Then, to show identity, I want to paint 6 different kind of shoes, and I like alternative fashion and styles and all, so I picked out 6 styles I really like and enjoyed in seeing in All Stars when I was looking on Pinterest, and I just wrote them down. And then I also made a little list of things I need for this project, like glue sticks, and I also want to sew on patches, and I just want to sew on the canvas if that's possible, but that we will see throughout the journey. I want to call this series of paintings Walking in My Shoes, because there's one song I really like, and I like that quote from it. Like, there is a similar quote like that in the song, which I really enjoy, and it has to do with shoes, and everyone walks different in their own shoes, physically but also literally, like in life. And yes, that's the overall plan we have here, and I hope I can execute it well. I hope it works out, and I overall love this spread. So have a little sneak peek of my sketchbook, and it's already chunky, and in a few weeks you will see the complete big boy here. I'm also thinking of giving this book a name, because some people give their sketchbooks names to make it more personal, so I am also thinking about that, but so far I haven't found a name. But yes, let's start with the canvases. Whenever I work with canvases, no matter what kind of canvas, I start by painting the back black. It's the first step I do. It's something I always do, because, first of all, if I work with fabric canvases, I think it makes them a bit thicker, it makes them a bit more sturdy, and I really enjoyed it. Also, I think it brings everything together, because what I personally don't like about paintings is when the sides are just another color than the painting, or like anything else but black, because I think black personally just looks very neat and I don't know, I just like having my sides black and the back black, and also if you turn it around, you expect it to be blank and empty and lifeless. But if you see that it's colored, like someone actually took the time to also color the back, I think that's something special. And yeah, it doesn't look blank, which I don't like. Like, you have such a wonderful painting on the one side, and then on the other side it's just like raw, and I don't like it. So I paint in black, and black is my favorite color if we can ignore the fact that black is not a color. And something else, it is very scary for many people to start on a white canvas. So there are people that smudge the white canvas to be comfortable by drawing and painting on it. And what I do instead, I just start at the back. So it's already a started project. It's already, well, I don't want to call it dirty, but it's like used and processed, and there is already paint on, and that gives me a much easier time to then afterwards start on the front. And that's also one of the reasons why I paint the back of my canvases black. I got these canvases from Action. They are very affordable. I think I paid for two of these canvases €2 something or €1 something. Like, I had a total amount of €6 something for 6 of these canvases, and I think they're 20 by 20 if I'm not mistaken, like either 15 by 15 or 20 by 20. I can put it down here. And it's also a smaller size, which I was looking forward to because I didn't want to have a big canvas but instead have multiple smaller ones. Personally, I also don't mind to work with affordable and cheap products and things, because if I have it already laying around, why shouldn't I use it? Like the cardboard, like I collected cardboard for the last few weeks, so I would have enough because I didn't know how much I would need. And it didn't cost me anything, because with how many packages we get at times, it will just get thrown away anyways. And like that, it doesn't just end up in the trash, but it gets used for something. Also for this project, I won't see the canvases because I glue the cardboard on it, so it's also not that important that they are a bit cheaper, a bit flimsy. But then again, I paint them black so to make them a bit sturdier, and it somewhat works. And on top of that, the cardboard will also hold everything together with all the glue I will use and used. So in that kind of project and case, it doesn't really matter what kind of canvases I use, no matter how cheap they are, because they will just work out regardless, because all I need them for is to have a proper frame to be able to hang up the cardboard later. When I started this project, I was thinking of maybe build the frames, but this would be so much work and then so many expenses, and if it goes wrong I have to redo it, and that would be just such a hassle. So that's why I got the frames. But overall, if you get canvases from Action, they are pretty good for beginner artists and for smaller projects, and I suggest them. Like, I really get what I need. Also, they feel nice and they already have gesso on it, so they are prepped, which is wonderful. On a side note, I call Action because I thought it was a French brand, and many people around here speak Luxembourgish and French, and then people are just like, oh, it's probably French, so I call it Action if I actually mean action. So I'm sorry if that's confusing, but I forgot that this is a thing. To talk more about the project I'm working on, this is a gallery that got called into life by my art teacher from the last 2 years and some colleagues and friends of hers. And the main theme of this gallery is identity. Each edition has to do with this topic, and for this year they added the idea of time. Another interesting concept for this gallery is that two artists always work as a Beyone. I don't know if that word exists in English, but there you go. Like, they work as a duo, and it's always an older artist with more experience and a different point of view onto life with a younger artist, and like this they will work on each one on a project which is in some way connected. And both these artworks will have some kind of a conversation, because in my case, for example, I work with shoes while my partner works with clothes, so it has to do about how do people present themselves with time and their identity and yada yada. Like, it's about clothes in our case. I don't know yet how I will edit this video, if I will make a big video, which I doubt. I would like to split this content into different videos, maybe 2 or 3 of them, and maybe paint in each video 2 paintings, or at least have the amount of work of 2 paintings in these videos, and then see how far I progress. As I said, I will pick up on shoes from different subcultures and aesthetics because I really like it, and I will put these aesthetics onto the same kind of shoe, which will be in my case all-stars, because they are very common. They in fact get altered and adjusted by people wearing them, and you can do so much with them. Like, some people are so creative with them, and I think that just says so much about a person by how they change them, with what they change them, and what the overall message of the shoe will be afterwards, because some have such deep messages besides just looking pretty and comfortable. And that's why I will take the same base, the same shoe, from different perspectives, because I like to change it up with the composition and go from there. Also, due to the cardboard being different for each painting, it will also give so much identity already just by the canvas, and it looking different from canvas to canvas. And I think that's a very fun aesthetic and overall look later on for the paintings. These are 6 canvases I finished now. The cardboard gives us so much personality already. Like, first of all, the shapes of how I ripped them and cut them, and then you have like these printings on from the actual cardboard. This is how it looks on the back. I glued them together with glue sticks, with a hot gun, a glue gun. With a glue gun, I glued this together. That's the word. And also here you have like this sticker on. Also these stickers, but I have them already on here. It's like the Amazon stickers, because most of our things also come from Amazon nowadays, because everyone orders. And also here are some more stickers, and I think this again picks up another thematic which I think is super interesting and also part of our life. Here and then this one looks a bit more messy, and it has like this structure from between the cardboard of how it's built up. And here's another messy one. But yes, these are my 6 frames, and I will probably pick out 2 now and then see which kind of shoe I want to paint first, and then I will get started with them. What is identity? How does it feel like? What is part of identity, and where does it start and where does it stop? Asking what identity is a fairly big question. It can go very deep, it can as well be very difficult to answer with only a few words. Also, it is a philosophical question to which everyone has another idea what identity is, especially one own's identity. And if you look up the official definition on Oxford, identity is a phenomenological sense of oneself as a separate individual being with a distinctive personality and a true self, persisting over time. In short, a self-image. So based on that, it concludes that it is in fact very personal, as it includes one's perception and feel about oneself. Yet, what does time have to do with this? It leads to the question if one's identity stays the same over a period of time, and if it is unbothered by us, the people, and the world around us. Or if it is as fluid as a river as we flow through our life and encounter various changes. And if so, how far can we change our identity? Can it also change back again? And is such a change good or bad? How fast can an identity change? And is there a limit of times an identity can change? There are so many questions, and one can build up on these questions and go into various kind of discussions, topics and point of views. Yet, there won't be an overall conclusion nor a right or wrong answer, as everyone will answer something different, and there is no ultimate judge who can clarify what is right or wrong, nor prove it. This means there is no fixed answer everyone must accept and follow. And that's why everyone eventually starts to encounter this kind of question, wondering who they truly are and figuring out their own place in life. It's when we listen to ourselves, shape us, and claim certain parts as our own, having similarities to others and things that separate us. Due to that, I think it is very interesting how every artist will express themselves with that topic. Interesting to see on what part they will focus more and base their artwork on. Some go very personal, others keep it rather neutral and distant. Yet, I think each piece of art will allow the beholder to feel in some way connected to it and allow us to experience a new point of view. I'm very curious to see how the overall exhibition will look like, how we will put all the art pieces together in that one room and allow an interesting flow through this gallery. On the 9th of January, we got all together already to check in for the gallery, the location, and every duo's work and current progress. Each duo had to present their idea and work and what they plan on doing. And I'm very glad to hear that some haven't even started yet, because I feel I'm still a bit behind. So far there is a lot of variety in regard of the subjects, but also the mediums and techniques that got chosen. Like, there is photography, there's painting, there is installations, there is already so much and so many different takes on that topic. The location for the gallery looks great so far and offers a lot of space, so I hope that we truly will manage to display all our artworks, because some have really big things going on. So that's also very exciting to see if we manage. And also the gallery itself, the people that are working there are very friendly and very helpful and communicative, which is also great to work with them. The location is also very easy to access, especially by public transport, because all public transport in Luxembourg is free. Every bus, tram and train you take doesn't cost you anything. So you can very easily access the gallery by public transport, because it is right in Luxembourg City at the main station, and it only requires a 3 to 5 minute walk depending on where you climb out. So it's very easy to access and wonderful about this location, because it is so central. The name of the gallery is Beyond My Eyes, and it will open starting at the end of March until mid of April. I will also put up the official dates if I can find them. And if you live close by, please check it out. It will be very interesting in my opinion, especially because it is so easy to access. I will also share it more on my Instagram, and if you want, you can share it too. That would be so lovely of you. It would mean a lot to me and also the gallery, and it would help the gallery to be seen, because, for example, the Instagram account of the gallery is still very small. We just opened it this year, or like at the end of last year. Like, it's very new and we are not well established yet, so sharing would mean so much and would be so helpful. Also, if you go visit LuxCon, that weekend is the last weekend the gallery will be open. And while I will be sitting at LuxCon because I will have a table there, I would still be happy if you would take a little detour and go check out the gallery, especially if you arrive by public transport and pass by Luxembourg City. So you will just have a little detour, can go check out my art at the gallery and the art of many other great artists, and then afterwards come to LuxCon because it will be in the city this year. overall, I will focus on this project during the next few weeks, because the day I have to go there to hang up my artwork will be on the 15th of March, and that means by then I have to be done. I will probably record 2 or 3 more videos about this project, because it is a huge project. I, in this video, was able to prepare all my canvases and paint down 2 shoes, which are by far not done yet, because I still want to sew on them and glue things on them and use other kind of materials, because I want to go into that mixed media kind of visuals and energy and just put many more things on there. Also because I don't have a clear vision of how it will look like when it's done, so it is a work in progress. And for the rest, I still have to paint 4 shoes and then see what else I have to do and make them look coherent and like one big piece, although you can look at each piece individually. So that's the plan for now. Yet I also want to keep this interesting, especially because this will be a longer process with many more videos. So if you have any wishes for visuals, or if you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments so I can implement such things and answer questions and make this also fun for you to watch. So far, I really enjoy the process of this project, and I'm so excited to see where this is going, how it will turn out, and how the gallery will be like. So it's very exciting for me. Especially the part with the identity, it was a very personal take on it still. I looked up some things, but I mostly just spoke about my own thought process about identity with all these questions that came up in my own mind, and due to that I wrote everything down so I wouldn't forget anything or mix things up. So I hope it still sounds okay, because I partially had to read out loud the things I wrote down, or it was very hard for me to come up with the right voice. Like, I still try to keep it interesting, and I hope I succeeded a bit. How do you think about identity? Do you think that it will change over time, or do you think that we are always the same? Also, what is part of identity? How does your identity feel like? It's truly such a big topic, and one could fill hours with it. Yet it is very interesting how each individuum feels and experiences identity in certain moments and throughout one's life. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that this take on identity was interesting for you. Maybe I could inspire you, which would be great, because I want to inspire other people just as other people inspire me. If you want to follow my overall art journey or this project specifically, please consider to subscribe, because it would keep you on track with my videos and show you whenever I upload something new. And on the other hand, it would help me to grow and get my art out there for more people to see it. And for the rest, I wish you a good day or night wherever you are. Bye!